Mike Osceola aboard Renegade plants the spear at midfield. You see the Clemson players challenging that tradition. Bobby Bowden watching his Florida State Seminoles prepare for this afternoon's game. Florida State, that's Derek Brooks that we'll talk about an awful lot. And Brenson Buckner the other way for Clemson. These two defenses will figure big. That's Andre Humphrey, and we saw Scott Bentley a moment ago. Saw the series record, and we are underway. Resplendent sunshine, temperature in the low 80s, and a wind that'll blow across the field from left to right across your television set. We're glad you've joined us for the Exxon ACC Game of the Week. Humphrey at the 6. Humphrey straight ahead to the 23-yard line. The tackle made by Samuel Cowart for Clemson. Patrick Sapp at quarterback, and Emery Smith with pretty good lineage at tail for fullback.
Younger brother of Emmitt Smith. The key will be this offensive line led by All-American right guard Stacy Seegers and tackle Brent Lejeune. Clemson has to do a good job of being north and south with the football. And as I see down on the Florida State 35-yard line, a flag has been thrown. Apparently the Seminoles were offsides on the opening kickoff, and Clemson is going to make them kick it again. One of the concerns expressed by the Florida State coaching staff this week, they did not believe they had good kick coverage in their first two victories against Kansas and Duke. They wanted to improve upon that today. Sometimes when you pound that message across, the kids in the kick coverage get a little overexcited, and this time they jumped off sides.
And add also to that, Jack, that this is their home opener in basically new digs here at Doak Campbell Stadium. They've increased the capacity by 12,000 to 72,589. It'll go up even further next year to about 74,000. So, understandably, the first game jitters at home. They've played twice on the road. The Meadowlands, the kickoff classic against Kansas, and then last week in the rain at Durham against Duke, both victories. Clemson opened at home against UNLV. Bentley will do this all over again, this time from his 30-yard line, and Humphrey will wait for the kick back at his 10. This one drives Humphrey even deeper to the 3. And he is out to about the same yardage point. Cowart with the tackle once again to the 24, a 21-yard return. Here's the defensive line for the Seminoles.
They're going to be much smaller, but they will key on youngsters like Tyrant Marion and senior Derek Alexander to put pressure on. Kenny Alexander and Derek Brooks, two of the best linebackers in the country. A young secondary because of injuries. For the most part, Corey Sawyer, 8 career interceptions at cornerback.
Patrick Sapp brings them out 1st and 10 at the 24. Receivers for Clemson: Davis, Smith, and Hinton. Play action to Flunt. Here's Sapp, first play, downfield, had him in. Sawyer and Smith in their first battle of the day, the first of what likely will be many.
Terry Smith trying to adjust to that football, I think thought it was going to be a little shorter than it turned out to be. Had Smith kept running, he might have gotten to that football, but both he and Sawyer anticipated that ball being a little underthrown. They banged into each other, both sides pointing fingers the other way, but a good no call.
Second down coming up. Hinton again split wide. Same formation for Clemson, although this time they're offset in the backfield. Rodney Blunt straight ahead over the 25, gets out to about the 26 or 27-yard line.
Good penetration by the nose man, John Nance, to disrupt the play. He won't get credit for any of the tackles, but he really changed the course that Blunt wanted to run. The one danger of that long bomb, you hate being against Florida State in 3rd and long, but that's what Clemson's got right there. You see Rebold came up and made the stop, but it was Nance who disrupted the play.
3rd and 8. No score, first possession of the game. Sapp, 3-man rush, pass complete to Terry Smith at the 43-yard line.
Hi, my name is Damian Clark. If you have both Medicare and Medicaid, I have some really encouraging news that you'll definitely want to hear. Depending on the plans available in your area, you may be eligible to get extra benefits with the Humana Medicare Advantage Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. Most plans include the Humana Healthy Options Allowance, a monthly allowance to help pay for eligible groceries, utilities, rent, and over-the-counter items. The Healthy Options allowance is loaded onto a prepaid card each month, and whatever you don't spend carries over from each month. Plus, your doctor, hospital, and pharmacy may already be part of our large Humana networks. So call the number on your screen now and ask about a Humana Medicare Advantage dual-eligible special needs plan. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
So you're on a compounded GLP-1 medication with Henry Meds?
I am.
Now that you've lost weight, can you show us your new moves?
That little wiggle to put on jeans, but they fit now.
I can actually run now.
Spending time with my grandkids is easier.
It's what I've won that's really changed my life, not just the weight I've lost.
Ready to make a move on compounded GLP-1 medications? Take the first step with Henry Meds. Our trusted providers empower you to take control of your health at an affordable price. Go to henrymeds.com today and get up to $100 off the first month.
You're watching the Gulf Coast Sports and Entertainment Network.
Terry Smith just a couple of yards away now from 2,000 yards in his career receiving. This is just a deep square in pattern. Good job by the underneath receiver. You see that receiver running by Jason Davis, cleared out the underneath coverage, and when Smith cut across the field, there was nothing Clifton Abraham could do.
He needs 16 yards for that 2,000 plateau you mentioned, Jack. Mix up at the line of scrimmage. Emery Smith taking the late handoff from Sapp is going to be thrown for a loss. Ever-present Derek Alexander out of Jacksonville, Florida. The sophomore at 6'5", 260, making the stop.
Well, Derek Alexander, high school teammate of Patrick Sapp's, and they will, I'm sure, renew acquaintances throughout the ball game as well as after the game. There are a lot of Florida guys on the Clemson team, and there's a number of Palmetto State boys playing for Florida State.
Second down coming from about 11. Sapp. Wobbly ball right into the face mask of Jason Davis.
Mac Knight came over, and he had a great path to the interception for Florida State. And he let the ball go right through him. And Jason Davis, the most surprised guy here at Doak Campbell. Watch this. Knight right through his hands, and it hits Davis right in the face. Always tell your receivers, have the hands up and ready. You never know.
This is the second, third, and long now for Clemson. First time they were in this situation, they converted to Smith for 12. They need 11 this time out.
They get Davis and Smith to Sapp's right again. We might see a similar third down play.
Hittens to the short side of the field. Blitz by Florida State. Sapp picks it up. His hot receiver's hitting. And he overthrows it. Threw it away. Abraham in good coverage. And Clemson will have to punt it away.
Good recognition by Patrick Sapp of the blitz from Florida State. But as Mickey Andrews, the Seminoles defensive coordinator, told me, we're not afraid to blitz because we can cover people man to man. They demonstrated it right there.
They sent 6 that time. Nelson Welch on to kick. There you see what he's done in his career this season. 36 yards and 5 punts. Corey Sawyer back to return. One of the top punt return men in the country. Big rush on. Sawyer will return at the 20. Turns the corner. And is finally brought down at the 35-yard line. A 14-yard return after Welch's 37-yard kick. Ed Hoskin is the man who came in with the tackle, but 15 yards a take on every punt is excellent yardage for Corey Sawyer. We have a flag, however, back at the 20-yard line.
Block below the waist on the receiving team on the run back. Half the distance to the goal.
Courtney Maze with the call. Bobby Bowden not happy. And this will be marked off now half the distance to the goal line, and Florida State will be backed up.
Well, again, the problems that the Seminoles talked about this week with us, that they are struggling with their kicking game.
12:38 left to go here in the first quarter. Florida State getting set to see the
Han Enterprises.